I want you to consider something a little unsettling. The person you've been trying so hard to defend, to improve, to prove to the world, might not actually be who you are. Think about it. From the moment you were born, you were given a name, a role, and a whole set of expectations. As you grew up, you collected compliments, criticisms, successes, traumas, and ambitions. You stitched all of these pieces together into a patchwork quilt and called that collection me. It feels deeply personal, incredibly intimate. But what if it's just a story? A story that's been repeated so many times that you've completely stopped questioning it. Let's look closely at your own experience. Your body has changed over the years. Your thoughts shift from one moment to the next. Your emotions rise and fall like tides, often without asking for your permission. Even your most deeply held beliefs can transform as life unfolds and you learn new things. And yet something inside of you has remained constant through all of that change. There is an awareness, a quiet observer, that has noticed the changing body, the shifting thoughts, and the emotional storms. That awareness has been present in every single chapter of your life. It doesn't age the way your body does. It doesn't fluctuate the way your emotions do. It's just there. So much of our inner tension, our anxiety and stress comes from protecting the character we've built inside that awareness. We defend our image. We argue to preserve our identity. We fear rejection because it feels like a threat to the very story of who we believe we are. We crave validation because it temporarily strengthens that story and makes it feel real. But maintaining this psychological identity is exhausting. It requires constant comparison, constant adjustment, and constant defense against anything that might challenge it. It's like holding a shield up 24/7. Now imagine something radical with me for a moment. What if you stopped trying to be someone? I don't mean this in a passive way, not about giving up on life or your goals. I mean, what if you just loosened your grip on the identity you're constantly trying to maintain? What if you allowed the need to be defined, to be admired, or to be perfectly understood by others to just quietly dissolve? What if you could act, create, and live without turning every single action into some kind of proof of who you are? When you soften that grip, what remains isn't emptiness, it's clarity. Beneath all the roles, the labels, and the descriptions, there's a simple, profound sense of just being. It's not I am successful, it's not I am broken, it's not I am strong. It's just a quiet, undeniable presence. This is the you before the story, before the personality, before the performance. It's a presence that doesn't need to compete, doesn't need to compare, and doesn't depend on anyone else's approval to exist. When you start to operate from this place, life feels completely different. Criticism loses its sting because there's no rigid identity to protect anymore. Praise loses its intoxicating power because you realize your worth was never negotiable in the first place. You still create, you still love, you still build, and you still strive, but you're not doing it from a place of insecurity or lack. You're moving through life simply because you are alive, not because you feel you need to prove you deserve to exist. It's a shift from striving to flowing. So instead of constantly asking yourself, how can I become a better person? Try asking something deeper. Try asking, who is aware of this one who is trying to become better? Stay with that question. Don't treat it as a mental puzzle, but as a direct moment-to-moment observation. If you follow that question honestly, all the way down, you might just discover that what you truly are has never needed improvement in the first place. And once you see that, even for a fleeting moment, you can never fully go back to believing you are just a story. Thanks for watching.